This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Super blacks slapped with gun charges. A man who reportedly brandished a gun and used it to hit another in the face in Bunkers Hill, Trelawney on Wednesday has been arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm, assault at common law, and assault occasioning bodily harm. He has been identified as 29-year-old Kennel Walker, otherwise called Super Blacks, of Unity Bunkers Hill in the parish. Allegations are that Walker saw the complainant walking along a pathway in the community and brandished a firearm. He reportedly asked the complainant what he was doing on his turf, after which he allegedly used the firearm to hit the complainant to the face. The police said Walker was later arrested and charged. Suspect held in Inclarendon car stealing ring. One suspect has been taken into custody after the police uncovered a car stealing ring in racetrack Inclarendon. The pre-dawn operation was carried out on Friday by a police military team which conducted several operations in the Inclarendon division, one of which was a targeted raid at a specific location in racetrack. According to Assistant Superintendent of Police in Inclarendon, Eudine Downey, a large assortment of motor vehicle parts was uncovered in what appeared to be a large car stealing ring. The parts found were mainly from Toyota, Honda, and Nissan motor vehicles. We found several engines with the engine numbers erased, and we also seized a Honda Civic motor car with evidence of the firewall being tampered with, said Downey. The suspect is currently being questioned and charges are expected to be laid soon as the investigation into the find progresses. Maypen gets major cleanup. The Inclarendon Municipal Corporation today carried out a major cleaning and sanitization exercise in the Maypen capital. Maypen Mayor Winston Maraj explained that the activity, which targeted specific areas as well as the entire stretch of Main Street, was an effort to improve the aesthetics of the busy town center. Frequently used areas inside the busy Maypen market were also cleaned and sanitized. The town was looking really dirty, and there are some side streets where persons urinate at nights. The stench has now become unbearable. The urination problem is so bad it caused erosion to the metal railings. So we are doing some sanitization because we want to ensure that these areas are kept clean and the aesthetics of the town looks and smells a little bit better, he said. He added that the corporation is exploring the option of having people posted at strategic locations to look out for those who opt not to use the public toilets provided. We have public sanitary convenience all over the town, and they choose to urinate in the dark corners, especially at night, he said, adding that the work done on Sunday is also in preparation for planned upgrades and repairs to be done to some of the town's sidewalks. We will be taking a special interest in business persons who block channels to ensure smoother access to their business places. This has restricted the flow of storm waters whenever it rains, and this sends the water on the asphalt, which causes potholes and further damage to the roadway. All of these areas will have to be removed and otherwise corrected to allow the water to flow naturally into the drains. This will cause our roads to last longer, said Maraj. 6 charged with possession of lobster in closed season. The police say 6 fishermen have been arrested and charged in connection with Friday's seizure of more than 600 pounds of illegally fished lobster. Marine police recovered 668 pounds of the marine crustaceans aboard a vessel in the Pedro Banks area off the coast of Bluefields, Westmoreland. The police updated via Twitter. It is the lobster closed season, therefore it is illegal to fish for the crustaceans. The annual closed season began on April 22 and will continue until June 30. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries reported that, in addition to Friday's recovery, 400 pounds were seized about 2 weeks ago in the same area. However, it is not clear whether anyone was charged in relation to that incident. The police say the 6 arrested have been charged with possession of lobster in closed season under the Fisheries Act. During the annual closed season, anyone found in possession of spiny lobsters are liable for prosecution and can be fined up to $3 million or face 2 years in prison if convicted. 20 years sentence for killing 8-year-old boy and wounding child's mother. A man who pleaded guilty to the fatal stabbing of an 8-year-old boy and the wounding of the child's mother in 2019 is to spend a minimum of 10 years in prison. 29-year-old Dwayne Thomas, a laborer of Old Harbor Glades, St. Catherine, was recently sentenced in the St. Catherine Circuit Court. The boy, identified as Aaron Masters of Old Harbor Glades, died from stab wounds he sustained in an attack in which his mother, a then 24-year-old bartender of the same address, was also stabbed and injured. At the time of the attack, it was reported that Thomas and the boy's mother were in a relationship. High Court Judge Justice Courtney Day sentenced Thomas to 20 years in prison for the murder of Masters, with the stipulation that he serves 10 years before being eligible for parole considerations. In relation to the wounding of the boy's mother, Thomas was sentenced to 10 years. The sentences are to run concurrently, meaning that Thomas will serve between 10 and 20 years behind bars. The convict reportedly benefited from a reduction in his sentence because of his early admission to the crimes. It was reported that on November 23, 2019, at about 6:30 a.m., the police were called to a location in Old Harbor Glades after reports were made about a violent dispute between persons at a premises. During the altercation, both the mother and the child were injured when a quarrel reportedly turned into a violent confrontation. The injured persons were assisted to a hospital where young Masters was pronounced dead and his mother was admitted for treatment. Following a probe into the incident, Thomas was arrested and was subsequently charged. 5 more COVID deaths recorded, 60 new cases. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has recorded 5 more COVID-19 related deaths locally within a 24-hour period up to Saturday afternoon. During the one-day period, 60 new cases of persons afflicted with the virus were recorded. The deceased are a 79-year-old female from St. James, whose death was previously under investigation, a 63-year-old female from St. Catherine, whose death was previously under investigation, a 73-year-old male from Manchester, a 69-year-old male from Manchester, and a 73-year-old female from Manchester. The latest recorded COVID-19 deaths brought the overall number of fatalities locally from the virus to 917. The ministry, in advising of the 60 new cases of the virus over the 24-hour period, said the batch brought the total number of confirmed positive cases nationally to 47,959. The new cases include 32 females and 28 males. The ages among the new cases range from 1 to 80 years. St. Catherine, with 12 cases, and Manchester, with 10, led the way among the parishes in terms of the new case count. Over the 24-hour period, a total of 1,150 samples were tested, the ministry reported. Recoveries also increased, with 134 cases being recorded over the one-day period. The ministry also reported that of the 159 persons now hospitalized with the virus, 42 are classified as being moderately ill, while 13 are classified as being critically ill. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.